All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Belvedere City Council Committee of the Whole meeting of November 10th, 2025. If the clerk will help me with the roll call, please.
Albertini?
Here.
Brereton?
Here.
Fleury absent. Frank?
Here.
Gramkowski?
Here.
Hoynes?
Here.
McGee?
Here.
Montalbano?
Here.
Peterson?
Here.
Stevens?
Here.
9 present.
All right, thank you. We don't have anybody registered for public comment this evening. Public forum, item A, presentation of Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists. Tonight, we have presentation of awards. I'll defer to Chief Woody. Good evening, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and have Deputy Chief Byrd step up and facilitate the presentation this evening.
Sure. Good evening, gentlemen. DC Byrd, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council, giving us the opportunity to recognize some officers here today that are dedicated to taking impaired drivers off the roadway. You might recognize their faces. It's the second time this year they're being recognized. Tonight we're recognizing them for receiving an AIM Award, which is an award from the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists. That award was given to them for 2023 earlier this year, and this award will be for 2024. I would ask Ari Briskman to come up for AIM, and he has a few things he'd like to say.
Good evening, Mr. Briskman.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Ari Briskman. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists. On behalf of the President, Pat Finland, and the Executive Director, Rita Kreslin, it's my great honor to be here tonight to help present these awards to these officers. Having been in law enforcement for over almost 20 years myself, I can tell you DUI enforcement, traffic safety is a thankless but very necessary job to help keeping our communities safe. And at a time when law enforcement is having trouble recruiting, retaining, and doing the jobs that they do, officers that go above and beyond to really show how important it is should be recognized. And that's why it's as important to AIM. AIM is the first citizen-led advocacy group in Illinois for distracted and impaired driving. We've been around for over 30 years. We've given these awards out for almost the vast majority of that time to officers for their enforcement efforts. So it is my great pleasure tonight to be here. And again, on behalf of the Executive Director and the Board of Directors, thank you for allowing your officers the necessary tools and the resources to do their jobs effectively to help keep your community safe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Briskman.
For the awards tonight, we have Officer Tony Jones and Officer Joe Danielak. We also have an award for Officer Matthew Korn, who is not able to be here tonight. Tony?
Thank you.
Obviously, we know that impaired drivers are a dangerous on our highways. Our officers all go out and try to take them off the roadway. These officers have distinguished themselves time and time again. This is not their first time being recognized with this award. Obviously, they have a commitment and dedication that is noteworthy, and I would expect that they will continue to do this throughout their career. So I want to congratulate Officer Danielak, Officer Jones, and Officer Korn for their accomplishment.
You know, for all the officers that are here, including obviously Chief Woody, who I want to thank, DC Byrd, but all the officers, I do want to say this, that I remember one time that they had given a presentation regarding intoxicated motorists, and anyhow, the individual that presented had done this presentation, I thought, you know, we listened, people listened, and it really didn't, you know, it really didn't hit home until the individual had went down. He was from the state of Illinois, and he had a picture, a PowerPoint with pictures of individuals that had been killed by intoxicated drivers. And when he got down to the very end of it, there was a picture of a 12-year-old boy that was at the end of that, and that was his son. That was the last picture. So I think that when we talk about intoxicated drivers and getting them off of the roadways, I don't think that we really realize how important it is, and that, you know, I do want law enforcement to remove that hazard, because it's a tremendous hazard. And I think after that was a presentation that really hit home, and it made people stop and think that these people had families, and the gentleman that was there to make the presentation was one of them. So I want to thank Chief Woody, I want to thank D.C. Byrd, and I want to thank the officers, all of our officers who enforce intoxicated drivers and removing them off of our roadways. So thank you very much. Very important. All right, second, flipping the page, reports of officers, boards, special committees, building, planning, zoning, unfinished business, we have none. Item 2, building, planning, zoning, new business, building, planning, department update. Mr. Countryman is not here this evening. I don't believe that there's anything significant other than the fact that, of course, we have had a lot of activity with individuals having their homes repaired from the storm that we had in August. And other than that, he will be back and give a report in the future. The Planning Department update, Ms. Delrose, good evening.
Good evening. Obviously, for October, there was the one special use for Gunstein that was approved last Monday. No cases in November, but we do have 2 subdivision replats in December, both in the Deerwood subdivision. Both are taking 2 lots, combining them into one, so that they can build significant sized houses. So those will be moving forward. Site plan reviews are starting to slow down with the weather, but the inspections are kicking up because everyone's trying to get their projects done before winter, so quite a few site inspections are happening. The Chipotle, I believe, was getting their shell and foundation reviewed today, and that way it can get turned over to the restaurant to start doing the interior remodel. Downtown, soon some new signage going up, which is good. Oliva Taco relocated, and then there's some of the grant work that was approved for the facade grant that's wrapping up. You'll see Raoul downtown with the tuck pointing. So those are coming along really nicely. And then Historic Preservation's having their awards banquet on Thursday, recognizing those property owners that went above and beyond in their renovation work to, instead of putting up vinyl siding, you know, painting the wood siding, tuck pointing chimneys instead of removing them, stuff like that. So it's the property owners really appreciate getting that recognition for doing a good job. Otherwise, quite a bit of out-of-office activities. Me and Jesse presented at the 2 high schools for their environmental studies classes. I worked the homecoming game for Family Violence Coordinating Council, also the Shining the Light ceremony for that, and downtown trick or treat, which had, I think we gave out about 3,000 pieces of candy and or toys. It was quite the crowd, so it was a good night.
All right, if anybody has any questions for Ms. Delrose, feel free to ask. All right, hearing none, thank you, Gina. Appreciate your help. Item 3, Public Works, unfinished business, we have none. Item 4, Public Works, new business. Item A, Public Works Department update. Director Anderson, good evening.
Good evening, Your Honor. Our IEPA grant for the pond construction on Seventh Avenue is ongoing. Most of the excavation work has been completed now. That excavated material we were able to take out to the 137 acre plus or minus site east of Walmart. That is the subject property for our shovel-ready grant that we received with DCEO. So that project is ongoing as well. You'll be seeing probably some preliminary plat and annexation information on that parcel of property here in the not too distant future. And we also completed our tree planting grant that we received from Trees Forever in conjunction with the Park District. We planted 68 trees in Doty Park and Prairie Fields Sports Complex, and we had 50 volunteer from Belvedere High School students assist us in that planting. So that work's been completed, and we're finishing up the grant for the final report on that grant, and we plan on submitting a grant for the next round for next spring to plant some more trees in conjunction with the Park District. So that's my report for this time.
Okay. So anybody has any questions for Director Anderson, feel free to ask. Floor is yours. All right. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate it. Item B, certificate of satisfactory completion of Southtown subdivision. In your packet is a memo from Director Anderson dated 11/4 regarding certificate of satisfactory completion of the Southtown subdivision. Director Anderson.
Thank you, Your Honor. In your packet, as it says there, the work has been completed for Southtown subdivision. The developer has met the requirements for the completion of that project, and I would recommend that the City Council approve a resolution accepting the public improvements for Southtown subdivision.
If I could have a motion to that effect, motion by Alderman Peterson, second by Alderman Stevens. Thank you both. If there's any questions, any comments regarding the motion on the floor, feel free to ask or comment. Floor is open. All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 If there's any opposed, motion passed. Thank you. And item C, VFD replacement at well number 10. Again, in your packet is a memo from Director Anderson dated 11/4 regarding that well number 10. Director Anderson.
Thanks again, Your Honor. A memo in your packet are the VFD, it's a variable frequency drive unit, has failed at well number 10 and needs to be replaced. We received 2 proposals for that replacement work. Helm Electric, $29,207, and Triar Systems, $32,250. I would recommend approval of the proposal from Helm Electric to furnish an Allen Bradley PowerFlex VFD in the amount of $29,207 for well number 10. This equipment will be paid for from water depreciation line item 611780.
All right, if I could have a motion by Alderwoman Frank, second by Alderman Hoynes. Thank you both. Any questions regarding that? Feel free to ask. Director Anderson, I know I'll answer them. Alderman Peterson?
Thank you, Mayor. Just, do we have a temporary pump in there now, Brennan, or is it just, it's down?
It's down, it's off right now. So based on your vote tonight, I will go ahead and make the process to begin the process to get the new VFD here so we can get that back online.
Okay. Alderman Peterson?
Thanks again, Mayor. And then just one other one for Director Turnipseed, probably, how healthy is the depreciation line item in water?
There's approximately $1 million in there.
Healthy. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other questions before we vote? All right, hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 And if there's any opposed, same sign. All right, motion passed, thank you. And then we have item 4D in your packet, again, a memo from Director Anderson dated November 5th regarding DCEO grant for hydraulic gates replacement at the wastewater treatment plant. Director Anderson?
The memo in your packet, we have been awarded a DCEO grant in the amount of $150,000 for the replacement of 3 hydraulic gates at our wastewater treatment plant. I would recommend approval of the grant agreement number 23-203310 with the State of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and authorize the mayor to sign all required documents to receive this grant. The total estimated cost, this was back from 2023, so this one has taken a long time to get through the administration there to actually get a grant agreement to us. And the cost back then, I believe, was around $300,000 to actually complete the work. We've got to finish up the engineering and go out and get the proposals, so we're going to try to keep it as close to that $150,000 amount that we can. But those bids, that pricing will come back to council for review and approval as part of the process.
All right, if I could have a motion to that effect, please. Motion by Alderwoman Graham-Kowski, second by Alderman Hoynes. If there's any questions on that motion, feel free to ask. All right, and that's the only ones that are down there, Brent? Is that just those three?
No, we've identified, there's some more sluice gates and so forth throughout the system. Most of those will be included in our big $87 million project that we have to do that. These were immediate. We've got one of the three gates is held in place with a come along right now, so
Right.
that's in dire need. I can't wait for another 2 or 3 years. We need to get it done. So we've inched it along since, like I said, this grant was first brought up in 23. So yeah, we need to get them replaced.
Yeah, and good work on the grant, both you and Sarah, and yeah, appreciate it. All right, we have that motion on the floor. If there's any questions, weigh in, and if not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed? All right, motion passed, thank you.
And if anybody from the council would like to take a tour, hasn't taken the tour of the treatment plant, I'll be sure to point out those gate locations to you. But if you would like to take the tour, give me a call and we'll get that set up.
There's going to be a holiday tour down there, I think, isn't there?
We're gonna have lights down there too, Christmas
Yeah,
lights?
I think so. That ought to bring them in. Huh? All right, thank you. Moving on, number 5, other unfinished business, we have none. Item 6, other new business. We have, item A, the DCEO grant for fire station concrete renovation projects. And those are stated here in a letter and a memo from Chief Shadle, authorizing the city to enter into a grant agreement with the Illinois Department of Commerce, otherwise known as DCEO, for much-needed work down there. Chief, you'd like to comment?
Thank you, sir. Yes, we as well were recognized with a $150,000 grant from Illinois for concrete repairs. We actually changed the scope of this. We've been working on this for over 2 years, and we were able to, when we applied for this grant, it was actually a big chunk of it was for the emergency repairs for Fire Station 1. If you guys recall, about a year ago almost, the Station 1 needed quite a bit of concrete work and repair to reestablish the structural integrity of it. That work was $114,940, plus there was a change order for that. I forget the amount of that, but that was written into this grant. And then the Station 2 approach and the Station 2 drain repair. Of course, all of those exceed $150,000. This grant allows for also, it specifically states in the agreement that it can be used for things that we've already paid for, which was written as such for those emergency repairs that we had to get done right away. So we're fortunate. I would recommend a motion to approve grant agreement number 24-203659 with the State of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and authorize the mayor to sign all required documents to receive this grant.
All right, thank you. Could I have a motion, please? Motion by Alderman Albertini, thank you. And a second by Alderman Hoynes. Thank you both. Any questions regarding that motion on the floor? We have been after grant money to make these project improvements, which are safety-related there at both stations. And so I do want to thank, our state representative, Dave Vella, Representative Vella, and Senator Stottleman as well. I think every time that we've tried to make a case for items that are public safety related and improvements, we've gotten at least to be able to be listened to. So that's been good, and they've been certainly. I've been around a long time, and there are people in the room that have been around a lot longer than I am, but I've always said if you have representatives that bring home bacon for your community, that is their job. And in this case, both of those individuals have served the city of Belvedere well. So I certainly appreciate them both. If there's any other questions, Alderman Peterson.
Thanks, Mayor. I'd like to comment on that too, and I think the average taxpayer probably has no idea how much this really helps get the yoke of property taxes off their back. I appreciate the chief, Director Turnipseed, and everybody, and Representative Vella and Senator Stottleman that have been involved in this. The general public has no idea, but it's nice to see a few dollars flowing back from Springfield and from Washington.
I would agree with you, yes. So any other comments, any questions? Anybody else want to weigh in? Feel free. All right, hearing none, we have a motion on the floor to approve the grant number 24-203659 with the state of, with the DCEO, and authorize the mayor to sign all required documents to receive the grant. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed? All right, motion passed, thank you. Thank you, Chief. And item B, 6B, ComEd's Powering the Holidays program. So in your packet was a memo from Finance Director Turnipseed dated November 4th regarding ComEd's offering to help power the holidays program. Director Turnipseed, would you like to comment?
Sure. There was a memo in your packet regarding this grant. Earlier this year, the city applied for a $2,500 grant through ComEd's Powering the Holidays program and was selected as a recipient. These funds will go towards this year's hometown Christmas celebration. While the funds do not cover the city's costs, we always look for ways to offset expenses whenever possible. I recommend accepting the $2,500 grant from ComEd's Powering the Holidays program to assist with expenses related to Hometown Christmas 2025.
All right, thank you. If I could get a motion. Motion by Alderman Peterson, second by Alderman McGee. Thank you both. Any questions, any comments regard that grant, which is nice, for sure. Feel free to weigh in. Would have been nicer if it was 25,000, but it's not. It's 2,500. Anyhow, all right. Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And if there's any opposed, all right. Motion passed, and we are going to have some additional lighting for the holiday season, and I'm sure you'll be able to see it as you approach City Hall. So that'll be a good thing. Looking forward to that. I know Director Anderson's helping put that in place, so thank you, Brent. All right, that's all we have on the agenda this evening. If I could have a motion to adjourn, please. Motion by Alderman Peterson, second by Alderwoman Gramkowski. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And if anybody wants to stay. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening. For the record, we adjourned at 6:25 p.m.